This video will walk you through the process of adding questions or resources to an existing assignment in the SAGE Formative Assessment System. So in Assignments, clicking on that card will bring up my active assignments, and if I want to add some questions to that test, the View button will allow me to view it as I would with to preview it, go through it with my students. And then we have the Actions menu over here on the right. And if we look at those actions, we have Assign, which will add students to the or rosters to this assignment. Edit, Copy, Delete, and Report. You'd think Edit would allow you to add questions to a test, but that only takes you back to the test settings. You can, with the Manage Resources button, delete questions by clicking the X, or reorder, move the question up or down while highlighting the question, then saying move up and move down. There is no Save button here. You just close it with the X and then save your test settings there to reorder the questions or delete them. But so how do you add a question or a resource to an existing assignment? Well, the process to do that is the same if you're building a resource to share or if you're building an assignment from scratch. We start off in Browse Resources. Use the filters here to get to the items that you'd like to add to your test. And search. And so let's say I'd like to add Frederick Douglass's hat. No, I can't, because that's a lesson plan. It doesn't say add to resource cart, so I know it's a lesson plan there. So I'm going to add this question to my resource cart. I will add this one to my resource cart. I'm skipping a very important step. As a good teacher, I would always preview any questions in SAGE Formative before I assign it to my students to make sure that it is applicable and it's something that's testing what I want to test. And so I'll add that one to the cart as well. All right, now that I have some items in my resource cart, items that I want to add to an existing test, I click on the cart. I get a list of the questions that I've added, and I'm going to save it as an assignment. Even though it doesn't say add to assignment, that's what we'll do in the next step. So save as assignment. And then SAGE brings you to this page, and it only looks like you can create a new assignment. But this button here, that doesn't really look like a button, will allow you to choose an existing test to add those questions to. So I'll choose BVES demo test, or whatever test it was, comes back to my settings that I already had. And now if I click Save, those questions will be added to my test. And to verify that, it takes me back to my search results. I go back to Assignments. I'm going to view, actually I'm going to edit this BVES demo test. Come back to the Manage Resources button, and now those three items that I selected have been appended to the end of the test. And I can then move them up or down, saving the changes with this save down here when I'm done. That's it. Good luck with your SAGE assessments, formative and summative.